Hey everybody, what's up? Good evening, and we are about to strike midnight my time. So far, right now it is August the 20th, 2025, and we'll be live streaming into 20 to the 21st of 2025. Can't believe we're already halfway through August already. This year is flying. Hopefully, everybody is doing good. But anyways, guys, thanks again for joining in. Definitely decided to do a late night stream because I had two of my peers send me the same promotion. And I think I saw another earlier posted on social media as well. But today we are going to talk about the Boost Mobile Pixel 10, which is going to be priced at $299 with the available purchase of the $60 plan. It looks like we already got somebody in the chat. Let's go ahead and turn the chat on just so we can maybe talk about it a little bit. But Michael C says, 12 months of a concurrent usage to unlock. I would rather just wait a year and you can buy the Pixel 10 probably for $300 Amazon renewed. I suppose if you're going to be on Boost anyway, yeah, definitely can see that. I don't, for me personally, I'm kind of, thinking about it. Although of a physical SIM card is a deal breaker for me, though, I swap my SIMs all the time. Gotcha, boss. Hopefully you're doing good today, by the way, man. Thanks again for joining in on the stream. Again, if you haven't already, please smash the like button, guys, before tuning out. Definitely does help out the algorithm. And if you're watching the replay, definitely I would appreciate if you guys, smash the like button. And, of course, leave a comment, telling me if you're going to maybe get the Pixel 10 or not. But, yeah, anyways, let's go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the chat for now until maybe a few other people start chatting. But we'll go ahead and get into it, guys. So, yeah, the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro were announced today. Google had an event. If you guys watched Tito's live stream, aka Aloha Android, you have seen his watch along. Definitely a lot of interesting features from these devices that are definitely coming out. My favorite feature was probably the Spanish translation when you're on the actual phone and it has like a live actual Spanish translate going on for you guys. But let's go ahead and bring this up over here for you all. Thanks again for joining in. It looks like we have a few people watching on the YouTube side. I'm only streaming on YouTube right now, so definitely let's go ahead and see if we can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. There you go. I don't have my camera on tonight. I just got out of the shower, so I do apologize for that. But anyways, again, for those of you guys who are watching the replay, I hope you guys appreciate that. So yeah, shout out to Mill Hustle. Shout out to Rishi, aka Alter Tech, right? They sent this to me, and I believe I saw a post on it on the Boost Mobile group earlier from Titus Wilkins. So again, shout out to Titus if he saw this going on here. But yeah, guys, so the Boost Mobile is offering the Pixel 10, and you can pre-order it today, right, for $299.99. And again, it says store to door setup and activation. Keep or get a new number with our $60 unlimited plan. So let me go ahead and let me click this. Let me see if there's any other like details going on right now, and then we'll definitely go over any other any other promotions that are going on currently. So it looks like they do have other promotions going on here. Definitely, we not just the Pixel 10, but we have the Pixel 10 Pro and the Pixel 10 Pro XL. I don't see the Pixel Fold here just yet, so definitely something to keep an eye out when I don't know if that's going to be released when these phones drop. But if you look at it right here, obviously the Pixel 10 $299 or $22 a month, depending on which plans you pick. If you go with a cheaper plan, obviously you might be have to pay that $22 a month extra, which a lot of people are not willing to do. For me personally, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about actually getting the Pro model, if I could be 100% honest. Yes, it's $399, and yes, I understand like I won't be able to unlock the phone unless I have it for a full year. But think about it this way: I'm gonna use the phone to take all of my YouTube videos. I'm gonna do live streams on it, and I could just use it as a Wi-Fi device because typically my main devices are iPhone devices. So I don't typically use Android devices as my go-to. I really only use my iPhones as my like daily drivers, especially when I do a lot of things like gig work and whatnot. But I do like to use my Pixel and Android devices for other things like filming and video editing, playing games perhaps, even though I don't typically play games on my devices anymore, but I would probably prefer to play on my Pixel or my Android devices than rather an iPhone device. If you guys are just joining in, again, smash the like button. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and click the Pixel 10 promotion really quick for $299. So again, Pixel, again, I guess, again, they are offering this on Boost Mobile, guys. So you might want to check out your local Boost store for maybe a better deal, right? Because sometimes they do better deals in store promotion, especially when it comes to porting in. But right now, again, you can get the 128 gigabyte model for $299 if you pre-order it. And again, that's with a new number or a keep your number. So you can port your number, pay the $60 a month, and for the year, and then of course you can get this phone unlocked for after the full year. I think they're definitely a better design device than I mean it's basically looking like last year's version, but definitely from the Pixel 6, once they added that little camera notch or whatever on top, it definitely has been I guess Google's staple when it comes to the look of the device. I'm a fan. I like it. It kind of reminds me of Bender from Futurama. And I do like the obsidian, like the dark gray color. It looks good. Definitely a good looking device all the way around. And I'm sure, a lot of cases are going to be coming out with it. So let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see if there's any specifications. I definitely, even though I was watching the Google stream today along with Tito, I really wasn't, paying attention as far as specs go. So let's take a look here. So you get a 6.3 inch display, right? 6.3 inch display on the Google Pixel 10, 48 megapixel main camera, right? 24 hours of battery life, Android 16. You have Google Pixel 10 features, right? So let's take a look here. Pixel 10 features. You have built-in with Gemini AI assistant, right? Again, that AI will allow you to change your photos after taking them, like just by speaking into the actual edit app and telling them what you want. Telling them, hey, I want to, change the lighting in the background, or maybe you want to, remove a certain object from the background, right? You can probably do that. Premium, ultra durable design, all new telephoto lens, protects you and your data, of course, obviously. Pixel drop, you do get 7 years of features and updates. So for people that are, worried about, the new versions of Android not being able to get them, you're going to get a new version every time it rolls out. Although I feel like at this point, I don't feel like Google really needs to be dropping a new version of Android every year. I mean, like Apple, for instance, they do it kind of infrequently a lot. They'll update it. Like, currently I think my iPhone is on Apple iPhone 18.6.1. But, I think within the last year, it was under Android, or not Android, but iOS 18, and then after that you had a bunch of different versions of small updates. I think at this point Pixel really just needs to focus on perfecting whatever they have right now, rather than just definitely giving it a new name and saying Android 16, right? Because if you think about it, Android's the last 3 years of Android, especially on stock Android or vanilla Android, basically since the Google Pixel 7, and maybe even the Pixel 6, right, or the 6 Pro, they've basically has looked the same. The skin has looked the same. The features have looked the same, which is good, right? They're trying to kind of be that ecosystem for Android that always looks and feels the same, right? With dedicated features and added features every year, right? They want to make it look better. But anyways, I don't know. I was talking about that. Anyways, it says the power of Gemini. Gemini, what kind of shark is that? So being able to just, turn on your camera and speak to it and ask what kind of animal or whatever you're looking at, it's pretty cool, right? You know what I mean? So I think Google Assistant is finally done. Let's see, a lot of AI features, stuff that I really haven't, taken advantage of. Especially, I have the Pixel 7 Pro, guys, and I just really haven't utilized it for Google Assistant or Google Gemini, right? I just really haven't kind of deep dive into those features yet, because it's really not my ecosystem, right? My ecosystem is Apple, but I definitely love Android and what Android has to offer, and I definitely want to learn and and see what these features are about. So let's continue going on here, guys. So again, scroll down a little bit. True to life photos out of this world editing. So again, looks like it now has a 20x super high res zoom feature, which definitely you can kind of tell that they're trying to compete with Apple or not Apple, but Samsung when it comes to their zoom. I know Samsung has like one of their older, like when they used to have their Galaxy Note phones, and now their new Samsung Galaxy Ultra or whatever phones. Definitely have the super high res zooms. I remember at one point they had it like up to 100x zoom. I don't know if that's how far they go in as far as the zooming goes now, but I definitely, it's a feature that Samsung has kind of mastered in a way, right? A lot of their phones over the past couple of years have had that feature, but I'm kind of glad that Google is jumping into that now. Apple also, they I think I don't have the newest version of the iPhone, but definitely my iPhone 13 Pro, I think the max it can go is 10x. So pretty cool though. So it does have definitely night sight. Obviously takes better pictures at night, which that's been a thing for years already. Auto best take group picks the whole group loves. Pretty cool. Designed for durability, made for real life. So again, Pixel 10 is crafted from premium durable materials into a sleek design that are both comfortable to hold and secure in your hand. It says holds up when spills and tumbles down. So it doesn't say it's IP rated, but it definitely can withstand a few splashes of water, perhaps maybe a small dip in the water. I'm not 100% sure. The Actua display with nit. I've never heard of an Actua display, so that's new to me. Usually they say OLED display or whatever. The Actua display with 3000 nit peak brightness is easy on your eyes, even in direct sunlight. And again, 7 years of updates, which definitely you do want, because I feel like a lot of these phones are big investments now, right? A lot of people use these devices for a lot of things, right? They don't just use them for social media anymore. A lot of these people use their phones for content creation. They use them for their gig work. They use it for their live streaming, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, apps like Twitch. It's definitely their go-to when it comes to a lot of things. I mean, that the handheld computer is a thing now, guys, right? Like I feel like old computers, laptops, it's definitely over the last 10 years have become obsolete in a way, right? And even though people still use those items in the workplace, right? People still have to use laptops or desktops, and you have to sit down on a computer to do remote work, right? Or office jobs. Definitely a lot of the stuff could probably be transitioned to just a phone or a tablet, right? Definitely with the way apps are developed now, people are Zoom meetings, Zoom calls, whatever, FaceTiming, whatever, right? Communication between your employer and the employee, right? It's definitely a lot easier now than it was 10, 15 years ago. And that just reminds me of Skype, right? I know Skype recently shut down for good, but man, Skype kind of like pioneered all of that back then when it was just like PC to PC or computer to computer, right? And then Apple kind of discovered its own thing with FaceTime, with I think it was first with the laptops and then with the phones. And then they never went back. They never looked back once these type of softwares were integrated into the mobile sector. Just definitely changed the way we see things now, guys. So anyways, let's take a look here. This will have the Tensor G5, the biggest chip upgrade in Pixel yet. So definitely don't know too much about the Tensor G5. I'll have to definitely deep dive in and look at it. I'm definitely a tech head, but at the same time, like a lot of these Tensor chips, they're just revisions of the older ones, which definitely could have more power or more power efficiency. Let's take a look. It says 24 hours of battery life. It says power up with faster Q12 wireless Pixel Snap magnetic charging. So I guess this does have magnetic charging now. Runs fast and smooth with up to 12 gigabytes of RAM and storage options of up to 256 gigabytes. Switch without second guessing. Text iPhone users, high res images. So this was talked about during the event earlier today, guys. And if you guys are joining in, please say hi, by the way, guys. I know it's late. But if you're watching at home, it's midnight where I am. I'm jumping on this late because I wanted to talk to you guys. So definitely give your thoughts. Michael C was in the chat. I definitely appreciate Michael C saying hi. I want to pop up this chat really quick. But again, if you guys say hi, I'll say hi back. Definitely give your thoughts and opinions on the new Pixel 10 and where it goes. Are you going to switch? Do you have, are you going to get the Pixel 10, or do you have any other Pixel devices? I do have a older Pixel 7 Pro which was my last Pixel device that I got as a Team Pixel member. Unfortunately, Team Pixel is no longer a thing. I believe now they're just sending the devices to the top tech reviewers out there, like Marquez and Unbox Therapy, and for people that have a pretty good I would say a pretty good following, guys like Tech Odyssey, maybe Snazzy Labs, those guys, right? People that have 100K subscribers. I'm barely getting to the 17,000 mark, by the way, guys. So we're still hitting our goal is still 20K. Our goal was 20K in 2020 and we never reached it, but we're still getting there, guys. So anyways, it's been 5 years and my channel has been slowly growing. But anyways, let's take a look here. Oh, okay. So this is something I didn't see here. It says enjoy Google services at no cost to you, $161 value. So they do give you 3 months of YouTube Premium, which again, if you don't have that feature, it sucks to not have YouTube Premium, because definitely a lot of videos and YouTubers do put ads on their videos. And even if you're not monetized, if your video is a popular video, Google, without your permission, will still lay ads on the video. So even if you don't make money from YouTube, being a being a YouTube partner and whatnot, they still will find ways to monetize and make money off your video. So you don't have to do it. So again, you do get 6 months of Google OneDrive for 2 terabytes, and then you get Fitbit Premium for 6 months. So again, guys, here's just a little bit of a differences here between the Pixel 10 XL Pro. You have the Pixel 10 Pro. I'm really thinking about getting the Pixel 10 Pro now, because I do like the Pixel 10, but for $100 more, $399, definitely not too bad of a swap. I'm definitely going to maybe explore options before getting in here, but I do definitely think this is a good deal. I think I might check out Metro by T-Mobile, see if they have something similar to this, or maybe even Visible by Verizon, right? See if Visible, because I do believe they do have Pixel phones on Visible by Verizon now. So I'm definitely, I want to wait, but at the same time, I don't want to lose the shot of getting this phone at such a cheap price, because again, I think retail wise, these phones are going to go for a little more. And I'm going to look up the prices right now. Shit, I misspelled Pixel. Hold on. Google.com/Pixel. At least I want to say. And while we're on the screen there, I'm just going to be looking up the prices really quick, guys. I do apologize if you guys are just jumping in. Say hi. Definitely want to get your thoughts and opinion on the devices, and if you guys are going to want to, stick with your current devices, or if you want to, So the regular Pixel 10, if you get it from Google, pre-order, right? Which I can do, right? Obviously, $799, guys. So definitely a price jump. I'm not sure how much the Pixel 9 was last year, but I think it was probably $699 maybe. So we're definitely seeing a jump in the price. And again, this is an unlocked device, by the way. This is not carrier locked. This is buying directly from Google. Again, what the screen that we're looking at here right now, guys, is the Boost Mobile, right? So Boost Mobile is going to discount these devices. So let's go back to the prices here really quick, guys. So that again, regular Pixel 10 is going to run you $799. That is the base model, guys. That is the 128 gigabyte variant. But again, you do get 4 different color variants, which I really like all the colors. I know Tito went with the lemongrass or the lime green color, which definitely not my thing, but I mean, he's definitely never going to lose his phone. I'll tell you that much. Me personally, I would either go with Frost or I would go with Indigo. I really like Indigo. The Indigo color is my color. Looks like we got 10 people in the chat, guys. If you can, please smash the like button. I would really appreciate you guys smashing the like button before you go, or if you step out, please smash the like button. I would really appreciate it, guys. Anyways, going back to the prices here again, Pixel 10 $799. Let's go ahead and look at how much the Pixel 10 Pro and 10 Pro XL would be. So let's take a look. So the Pixel, let's take a look. It says get $800 off your Pixel 10 Pro with $300 off instantly and $500 back over. So if you sign up for Google Fi, you're actually going to get credits on this. I know Tito spoke on this on his chat, but if you guys want to check his channel, go ahead. Let's see, pre-order. So the Pro XL. So just the regular Pro, which is the 6.3 inch base, is going to run you $1,000, guys. So that's crazy. The price increase, because over the last couple years, they have been teetering around like the $800 to $900 range for the base Pro model. The Pro XL is going to cost you $1,199, guys. Again, this is unlocked, by the way. So again, unlocked, you're going to pay a pretty premium. Definitely each version has different colors and variants, right? So you want to maybe look into that. Boost Mobile will only give you, I believe, 1 or 2 color options, I believe. But again, guys, the price is crazy. They went crazy high. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely really consider getting it now on Boost, just because. And yes, I'm aware that I will not be able to unlock the phone, but that's okay, because again, like I don't typically use these devices for service when it comes to that. $799 though for, I think, the regular Pixel 10, I think, is still a little bit overpriced. But anyways, let's go back to the specs here, guys. Let's go back to the specs again. Apologies, I am burping right now. So let's start from the Pixel 10 and we'll work our way to the Pixel 10 Pro. So again, Pixel 10, you get, let's go ahead and scroll there. You get 6.3 inch Actua screen, 24 hours, 24 plus hours, Pixel Snap wireless charging. Again, you get 12 gigs of RAM internally, a G5 Tensor chip, and you do get 48 megapixel rear camera, main camera, a 13 megapixel camera, 10.8 megapixel, and then a 20, I believe that's the telephoto. And then you do get 4K video recording with the base. So it looks like you are getting 3 cameras per phone now, right? Or at least that's what it's showing here, 48, 13, 10. But again, you're not getting all of the features that you would be getting with the Pro model, right? So again, you do get 4K recording. I'm assuming it's going to be 4K at maybe 60 frames a second max output. But again, usually these phones will just, be 4K at 30 frames a second. You do get a 10.5 megapixel front-facing camera with autofocus on the front, which again is kind of like I feel like that's their budget version. I don't know how you're spending $800 on a phone and getting a 10.5 megapixel camera on the front when you spend only like $100 to $200 more on the Pro version. And on the Pro version, you're getting a 42 megapixel front-facing camera, guys. So that is a crazy leap, by the way. Let's go to the Pixel 10 Pro, the regular Pixel 10 Pro specs here. So again, you do get 24 hours battery life, 6.3 inch screen. The only difference is it's a Super Actua display. So I don't know. You might have a brighter display as far as nits go. I know with the regular 10, you only get 3,000, which is crazy in itself, regardless. 16 gigabytes of internal memory. So that, to me, when I see 16 gigs, that is a flagship phone, right? G5 Tensor, right? Which again, all of the phones are going to have the same chipset. Again, camera is going to be a little bit different. You are going to get, the 50 megapixel rear camera, 48 megapixel ultra wide. You're going to get a 48 megapixel telephoto, and then you're going to get, according to this, 100x zoom. So with the regular Pixel, you're getting a 20x zoom, and on the Pro and on the Pro XL, you're getting, 100x zoom. So again, Pro, the only difference between the Pro and the Pro XL is the screen, guys, really. Otherwise, the specs are definitely the same, and you do get a few different color variant options on the Pro XL. But again, the Pro, the 10 Pro, you just get like Panda and the dark gray or the obsidian, whatever you want to call it, I guess. Obsidian, yeah. 100. So definitely, I'm more interested in the 100x zoom. I definitely want to try out that feature. Video wise, you do get 8K video on these devices, and you do get those 42 megapixel front facing cameras. So I'm definitely interested on the Pro model. So I really was thinking about just getting the base model, but now I'm like looking at it, I really want to get the Pro model, just because, again, I'm a tech head when it comes to like the camera features. So I'm definitely want to see what's going to happen there. So I might have to go for the Pro model. So let's go back here really quick. Again, I'm going to sit on it. Hopefully the pre-orders don't sell out, but it looks like, okay, pre-order now. If you click the 10 Pro version, you're only going to get this version, which I think this is a pretty ass color, by the way. I think the Moonstone color is a pretty color, by the way. It's a nice silver. This is actually the color that I have like my iPhone, one of my iPhones. It's like a graphite color. Very nice. It looks basic, but it's like, in person, these colors look very nice. It's like a very nice gray color. So again, $399, which is going to be like $600 less than what you would have paid for if you were to buy this phone unlocked. And again, I doubt that you're gonna see these phones go for 300 on Amazon Renewed, Mike. Maybe the base, but even then, I think the specs, even on the regular Pixel 10, are gonna be pretty solid. So definitely, with the higher prices that we're seeing, especially with how tariffs are going and everything like that, we're definitely going to see a price increase even on a lot of these renewed devices, right? A lot of people think that, oh yeah, I'm going to go buy it used or refurbished. We still might see a price hike on these, renewed and refurbished devices. So definitely just consider that before getting a device like this, because again, if you're just going to use this for home or, whatever, you definitely want to, it's for me, this is what I'm going to use it for, guys. When I first get this device, yes, I'm going to be, testing out the Boost Mobile network and whatnot. But realistically, I'm going to use this as a picture taker for whatever I'm going to picture take with, and then video. This is really what I'm going to be using it for. So I'm definitely want to use it there. Let me go. I'm trying to send the link to Gil Heyman. I forgot to send the link to Gil Heyman, guys. How do I forget to send the link to Gil Heyman? Hopefully he's at work or something like that. Let me just test this out really quick, because I'm not getting any chats. So maybe it's my stream. Maybe my stream is not doing good right now. Let's see. Is it going to pop up? How far of a delay is the chat? Okay, there we go. It took a minute to pop up. We got cheap sneaker finds in the house. What's going on? Cheap sneaker finds. I need to update it. I need to make a few videos on that channel also, by the way. Guys, I am going to get a new desk, by the way. If you're listening in 30 minutes in, I am going to get a new desk for my room. So the famous unboxing desks that I've been using for years is going to disappear in a couple of days. And I am getting a new desk set up. Somebody finally reached out to me from like an Amazon seller, and they offered to send me a desk, and they sent me like a bunch of options. And I picked a cool looking desk that's white, that has LEDs. So I'm excited to start unboxing a lot of my stuff on this desk. So keep an eye out, guys. I'm definitely excited about that. And it's LED. The desk has LED lights on it. So I'm even like more hyped up for that. So anyways, guys, let's go back to the phone here. $399 starting point. It's hard for me to say no on this. I'm gonna have to like make a freaking email address or something like that, because I know like I've already used up all of my email addresses when it comes to Boost Mobile. We'll see though. I mean, maybe they'll let me use an old email address, because I haven't used Boost Mobile as far as having an active account in like a really long time. So I don't know if they'll let me use this. What's up, Titus? We got Titus in the house. Again, there's a little bit of a delay on Restream, but again, I am seeing your chats. I have one of my phones popped up here. I am talking about the Pixel 10 and the Pixel 10 Pro on sale here on Boost Mobile, man. So thanks again for posting that earlier on the Boost page on Facebook, man. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm gonna go for the Pixel 10 Pro, man. I think the XL is a little too much for my budget, but I think this is gonna be a good phone to have. I'm gonna keep an eye out, but I wanted to see if there's any other promotions going on when it comes to like Metro by T-Mobile maybe offering it, or Visible by Verizon offering it also, because I'm definitely willing to switch over or do that. But to just get this for $399 and have the $60 plan is crazy, man. So you're really only paying like what, like a little under $400. You're paying what? I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, a little under $500. You're paying like $460 plus the taxes or whatever. And what I've noticed when I order from Boost Mobile is they don't charge you taxes at all. So that's the good part about Boost Mobile, man, is they just charge you the direct price from the phone, which is $399. And then, and the thing is, yes, they have really good deals, but at the same time, like realistically, I'm not going to keep the line active, right? And is it me, or do we have 23 people in the chat? If you guys are just joining in, say hi. We are talking about phone and tech, and I don't know why I would have 23 people in my chat this late, but we are talking about the Pixel 10 and 10 Pro here. So again, thanks again for joining in. Please smash that like button before you guys leave. That would help out the algorithm, definitely. I would really appreciate if you guys smash the like button before you leave, if you just move over, because again, I don't know why it says I have 19. Now it says I have 19 people watching. But anyways, guys, if you're just coming through, say hi. Let me know which phone you guys are using. If you guys are an iPhone user, if you're an Android user, if you're a Samsung user. Definitely, I've had a little bit of all of the devices to kind of play around with over the years. So I'm definitely a fan of all tech, basically. So anyways, going back to the Pixel 10 Pro, I think this is probably going to be the best value when it comes to porting or getting a new number. The cool part about this, guys, is you get to keep your number, or if you want to, you can get a new number. So special deal $399. I'm going to do the special deal. Let me click it just to see what happens. I want to see what is going to happen. Thinks that you only get one color, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So if you click pre-order, I'll risk it. So they do offer device protection. Which I'm not going to do because we don't do that. We take care of our devices here. So again, the only plan that's available is this one, which is $60 a month. But again, you're basically saving $430. It says up to $430 device savings. So let's go ahead and click that. Guys, when I went to the Pixel website right now, this device unlocked is $1,000, guys. So if you go and buy this phone directly from Google, without Google Fi or trading in a phone, the Pixel 10 Pro is $1,000. It is not a cheap device. It is $1,000. It's $999 without taxes. You're probably going to pay like an extra $60 in taxes from Google. You can get trade-in credit and whatnot. So you realize if you have a device that you can want to trade in, it says get up to $760 in trade-in credit. So that's if you trade in last year's Pixel 9 or 9 Pro, etc., like that. Yeah, the Pixel 10 Pro looks great. I do like it. I like the color a lot. So let's go ahead and select the plan here. Again, we'll see what happens, and I'm not like So this is what you're gonna spend out the door, guys. So again, they don't charge taxes. I don't know why Boost Mobile, especially online, does not charge taxes. But when you are ordering this phone and you're getting a new number and whatnot, excuse me, by the way, when you're doing all this, $399 plus the $60 plan, look at that subtotal due today, $459. So I'm gonna go to checkout. Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. let's see what happens. Again, I'm not putting in any of my address information or anything like that. But let's take a look here. I'm getting in pop-ups from Honey. I'll click that later, so it says $459.99. So not a bad deal, guys. Honestly, you're spending less than $100. You're spending less than $500 for a flagship device. Hamza Zahid says site. This is boostmobile.com. So if you're looking for this device, this is boostmobile.com. Again, Zahid, I'm not sure where you're from, or Hamza Zahid. I do have followers from India, by the way. So if you're watching from India or elsewhere, this promotion unfortunately might not be offered in your area, because I do not know if they have Boost Mobile on the other side of the world, if I could be 100% honest. But anyways, again, boostmobile.com, and you can check that out yourself, right? Maybe you can get yourself a Pixel 10 Pro for $400 or $399. That's a $600 discount, guys, if you think about it. $600 discount is crazy, man. That's all I'm going to say. Just because, especially with a Pro phone, that's nuts, is all I'm going to say. So, again, guys, please smash the like button. It says we have only 10 people watching now. My views keep dropping, but that's okay. I don't mind as long as, we get some views. But anyways, guys, Titus, thanks again for sharing this offer, by the way. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we get it going. Again, guys, let's just we'll go back really quick. I'm gonna go back. I do have it in cart. Leave. We'll check out the Pixel 10 XL before we go, or 10 Pro before we go. 10 Pro XL before we go. Hold on, let me go back here. Excuse me. Again, this is the Boost website, Boost mobile website. So we are going. So just so you guys know, you still can get the iPhone 16e for $49 in store, or you can get it online with a new number for $99. So if you go in store, you can get it for $50 with port in. So just a heads up on that. Great phone, by the way, guys. I've been using this phone a lot, the iPhone 16e. It's a great great device to have if you don't want to spend a lot of money on an iPhone. Definitely would be my go-to. Okay, let's go ahead and pre-order now. Again, Pixel 10. So let's see. We are seeing the prices before discount and then after discount. So you can get the Pixel 10 Pro XL for $499, guys. Obviously, you're going to get a bigger battery life on this device than you probably would on the other devices. The only difference, again, is you're going to get the bigger screen, right? Which, again, I'm kind of tempted, but I really don't care for the ginormous screen. I think anything past like a 6.1 inch screen is too big. And a lot of these, Android devices now, especially like the pluses and ultras, they're like, they're 7-inch phones now, and I just don't like it. I don't like the big size of the device. The only pro, in my opinion, on having like a big device like this is the fact that you get a bigger battery life. That's basically it. So let's go. Let's scroll down. Right, I do want to see what the battery life on this is compared to maybe the Pixel 10 Pro before we get off. We are getting close to 1 a.m. my time. We are in the state of Texas, by the way, guys. I'm surprised it does not give specs as far as battery size. But we do have a 5200 milliamp battery on this one, which is crazy. I think definitely more than enough for to hold your device for a day. Let's go back, and I want to see what the regular Pixel 10 Pro is giving you for battery life, because I definitely know it's not. It should be a 5000 milliamp battery like phone. I like it. Like ideally, like these devices at this point should have 5000 milliamp batteries, which this one probably doesn't. Let's see. I'd be surprised if it does. And 4870. So we're actually pretty close. So yes, the battery is a little bit smaller than the Pro's battery. So I'm not unhappy about that. It's better than like a 4,000 milliamp battery, which most other devices might have. Were they showing two different sizes for the Pro? No, they were not. There is the Pro and the Pro XL only. So Pro is a 6.3 inch screen and the Pro XL is a 6.8 inch screen. So just a heads up on that, so that I wanted to compare battery sizes before getting off, but literally same phone, same specs. The only difference is definitely the screen size, right? As far as brightness and nits, I can't tell you, right? We won't know until the phone's actually out, probably. Check this out. So the Google Pixel 10 Pro says Google Tensor 5 G5 Titan M2 security processor. So I wonder if that's what it said on the Pixel 10. It just says G5, but it doesn't say G5, all that fancy mumbo jumbo. Anyways, guys, definitely, I'm definitely going to look at this, because again, a freaking $600 saving from the Pixel Pro, even the Pixel Pro XL, right? Definitely something to look at if that fits your budget, right? But for me, honestly, I'm definitely leaning more towards the Pixel 10, the Pixel 10 Pro, not the XL version. I've had Pro version phones, and they're not amazing. They're not super amazing to me, but at the same time, like, for only $100 more bucks, I might as well just get the Pro version, right? If it was like $300 or $400 difference, then I would have stuck with the regular Pixel 10. But the fact is, because the Pixel 10 Pro is so just $100 more, I'm just gonna get the 10. I might as well get the camera upgrades and the screen upgrade and whatnot, right? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off, guys. I really appreciate y'all being here tonight, and thanks again for joining in with me today on BTech reviews. Please, again, if you guys follow the channel, smash the like button. Keep an eye out on the channel. By the way, I am going to be getting a new desk, and I might try to do one or two little unboxings before I get rid of this OG desk that I've been using for years. I've been using this desk since what year is this? It's 2021, right? So I've been using this desk probably since like 2014, probably maybe earlier than that, 2014. So about 10-11 years I've been using this desk. So definitely keep an eye out on that, guys. I will make a dedicated video on the new desk, and I will leave affiliate links, etc. So again, guys, thanks again for joining in. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks again. Y'all have a good night.